Everyone, it's Amy from Lollipolish Baby 90 and welcome to today's video. Today we are here with the next part of my 90 Lacquer series where I'm swatching through all my 90 Lacquer collection from the start in release order one by one. If you haven't watched the other two parts of this video, or three, I forget, I will link them down below for you. But we are on to the releases for summer 2017. So we have two collections that I'm going to show you in this video. Then I have a bunch of random releases that were solo polishes that came out throughout 2017 as well. If you don't know anything about me or my connection with 90 Lacquer, I was a swatcher for the brand, so I do own 99% of the brand's polishes. There's only two that I don't own, which I don't think I'm ever going to get now because they were part of the first year's release. And I'm also friends with the owner of the brand. 90 Lacquer is an indie nail polish company that's currently on hiatus, so whilst I hope that they return, I'm swatching through these polishes. So let's dive in with the first polish collection for this video. I'm going to do Roygbiv first, which is the name of, I believe the summer collection. And basically it is a rainbow hollow collection. So we have red, orange, yellow, green, all the classic 7 rainbow colours in holographic form. So I guess we best start with red, which was called Refraction. This is a really nice red hollow. A lot of times with red hollows they tend to look a little bit more pinky than true red, but I think this is probably the most accurate red hollow that I have in my entire collection, albeit there's maybe 1 or 2 drops of pink in there. It's maybe when you add the spectral flare what colour it does to it, but trying to find a true classic full-on red hollow has been something that I've struggled for a long time. All of these hollows, all 7 of them, have excellent formulas. You could probably just put on 1 coat if you wanted to, but I'm showing you 2 coats of all of them. So we'll start off with red, which was Refraction. Orange is Frequency, and it's a really nice, fresh, juicy orange. It's a little bit more of a darker orange, more maybe like a tangerine-y type of orange. It's not super yellow based, it's really nice and rich, so you could definitely wear this one for Halloween as well as in the summer. So again, 2 coats, and that is Frequency. For yellow we have Dispersion, and this is a really nice yellow hollow. Again, yellow hollows are really hard to do, I think, because they tend to look either greenish or slightly greyish. I think that possibly again is when you're adding the spectral flare into the yellow. But this is really nice, it's bright, it's not mustardy, it is a really nice zesty, lemony, sunshine, sunflower yellow, which is completely opaque in 2 coats, so it's a win. That was Dispersion. The green is called Spectrum, and this is a really nice bright apple green. Yes, I would have loved to have seen more of a teal or more of a darker green hollow in this, but that's not what the Roygbiv Spectrum is. So we just have 1 green, which is the bright rainbow classic green that we should all be expecting in this collection. I don't know if 90 ever did like a really nice like deep teal hollow. Not that I feel like I've swatched so far, but this is one of the reasons why we're doing this video. So again, 2 coats of Spectrum for the green. Wavelength is the blue, and it is one of my favourite royal blue hollows that I own in my collection. I've worn this a lot of times. This and the indigo one actually are really bang on. I love them. So good, and I will do a comparison for you in a minute, but this one was the blue and that's Wavelength. Move to indigo, and that one is Reflect. So we have the blue here, so blue and then indigo, and it is perfect. Purple's not my favourite nail polish colour, so I think where this is the indigo in the middle, it just fits me and suits me a little bit better. So that's why out of this collection, probably the last one I'm going to show you in this first 7 is my least favourite. But Reflect is perfect. It's a really nice blurple holographic indigo. That is again 2 coats. Chromatic is the purple on the end, again because there's only 1 purple. It's right in the middle. It's not bright, it's not dark, it's not lilac, it's not lavender, it's not pink. It's maybe more of a blue on the whole, so I'm going to show you 3 of them here. So we go red, indigo, purple. So that's how they all look together if the lights don't ruin it for you. So again, really nice and opaque, but just purple isn't my favourite colour to wear on my nails. This wasn't something that I ever thought. I don't avoid buying purples, but naturally I've just realised that I don't gravitate towards purple polish as much. But it is 2 coats, and it is a beautiful, it's a nice hollow, just purple isn't for me. Rounding off that collection, there was then 3 kind of like special polishes at the end. There was a lovely white base Crelly that 90 does super well, and this is called Double Rainbow. It's got every single colour hex glitter that you can imagine that is in a rainbow. So I'm literally seeing red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet, stuffed in that beautiful Crelly formula they do so well. This is 2 or 3 coats depending on how you apply your Crellys. I like to do 3 thin coats rather than 2 chunky coats, but it's down to you and your preference. So Double Rainbow. Prism is a beautiful like bang of colour and hollow and shine, and it just glistening on your nails. So it is silver micro glitter, which is holographic, and then there is, again, different glitters but the same array of colour of glitters, but just in like a metallic finish. So I'm seeing reds, I'm seeing 2 tones of blues, I'm seeing orange, I'm seeing green, yellow, purple. So all of the like holographic metallic, so it just goes bling bling on your nails. You can get this completely opaque in 3 coats. That's what you're seeing. It's going to be a scrubby removal. It's going to dry down texture just because it is so glitter heavy. But that one was Prism. And the final one is Kaleidoscope. Now in the bottle it just looks black, but actually it is those really sheer glitters where if you, hopefully you'll see my swatch, I'll paint them over a light colour and then you can see them on the nail. But in the bottle it just looks completely black. Once you apply them you get that scattering of sheer glitters which you can put over a lighter coloured base. I've seen also a lot of people that did like drip manicures with them, where they kind of started very heavy at the cuticle line and then faded out towards the end, which looks really, really good as well. But it just doesn't look like anything in the bottle. But you'll see it in the swatch hopefully, and I'm seeing 1 coat over white. And that last one was Kaleidoscope. Let's do a few of the odd ones in the middle before we go on to the next collection. So the first ones are 2 that were like box exclusives. The first one was Masked Flowerpiercer, which was released in the summer. I don't know what box this is from and it doesn't say on the label. I want to say it was either for the Love of Polish or I don't know. Someone will know. I'm sure if I googled it I would be able to find the answer to it. But the theme was birds, so Masked Flowerpiercer is a bird, and this is a beautiful bright blue holographic. So it's not similar to the blue that we've just seen in the other one. As you can see, it's much, much lighter, more like an ocean type linear holographic. And Jess was the guest to that, whatever box it was. Jess was the guest in that box and released this. I didn't buy the box. Luckily Jess held one back for me and I just got one from her directly. So you may, if you got that box, which again I can't remember the name of the box, if you did get that box you would have got this from Jess as the guest maker. Then on Colourful Nails they were doing a Pokemon collection when Pokemon Go first came out, and I believe there were 7, 8, 9, 10 makers that each contributed a Pokemon themed polish. So Jess did Happily Eevee After. Eevee is the Pokemon, and it's again a linear holographic, and this like caramel brown is the colour of Eevee the Pokemon. If you're not familiar, it's like a little brown kind of fox. So this is exactly the colour of Eevee, so it fits the name reference perfectly. It is a little more of a sheerer hollow than the ones that I've just mentioned, so this did take 3 coats for me when I re-swatched it, and I think the tone on me isn't the most complimentary, but it's certainly not my most worn nail polish. And this is actually something that I got way after release. I think I got this maybe 2 years after it was released, so I wasn't there straight away. But like I say, it rounds out my need and obsession to have all the 9 zeros. That was Happily Eevee After. Right, back onto the next collection, and we're going to the Accent Glitters collection that was released this same year, obviously of 2017 in the summer months. So the concept of this collection is that they are all clear bases with then really, really jam-packed with holographic glitters. So they're going to dry textured, they are slightly harder to apply. They're called the Accent Glitters collection because they're not really, you can wear them how you like, but I guess the idea is that they are the perfect accent nail, where you have maybe 1 nail of glitter with complementary cream on the other nails, or you'll put a light coat of this out, but you can wear them in 3 coats to get them completely opaque like I'm going to show you in my swatches. But they are much more chunkier and a little bit more complicated to apply because you kind of have to manipulate the polish around. They're all named after precious stones. Like I said, they're all 3 coats is what you're seeing. I'll start off with Emerald because that was my least favourite when I re-swatched them, and it was the one that got the least opaque. I don't know if that was just my application on the day that I was swatching them, that I was just terrible, but when I swatched the others it was very good. There was no nail line, but for some reason when I redid Emerald I could still see a little bit of nail line. It's a little bit more of a turquoise opposed to like what I would call an emerald as well, so it's like a tealy rich green. But that's the first one from the Accent Glitters collection, which was Emerald. Rose Quartz is next, and this is again a lot of the silver holographic plus pink as well, so it's a really, really, really light pink as Rose Quartz is. a little bit more dainty, a little bit more soft. You may mistake this just for a silver holographic on your nails because the pink pigment is so subtle, but this would probably be really good for like wedding day nails if you want to wear an accent nail on the top of that, or bridesmaid, something a little bit more subtle. I don't know why I'm selling these all to you because these are going to be really hard to find, so I shouldn't be telling you how great they are, but Rose Quartz is one of my favourites from this collection. Sapphire is the beautiful bright blue sapphire, as you would expect, really nice. Let's compare this to the holographic Wavelength just for fun. So Wavelength's still a little bit darker, but it's just so bright and in your face and a beautiful pop. Love that one. Ruby is slightly more of a pink than the bright true red, and it's, yeah, just a dark like magenta more than red. I don't know, ruby red is red to me, but this is still a little bit more of a dark pink. Again, 3 coats. One of the more unusual colours is Citrine, and this is a really nice zesty limey yellow glitter, something that I don't feel like I see in tone a lot at all. I don't think there's anything in my collection that I have comparable to this or the Rose Quartz one that I showed earlier. The more unusual ones in this collection are the ones that stand out to me. So that was Citrine. Likewise, Amethyst is one that I think is much more unusual, and this is a really nice, again, sky lavender grey, very pale lavender purple. I'm awful at describing nail polishes if you haven't realised by now. But yeah, a bit more unusual. Diamond is just your straight up, lots of holographic glitters and silver, the classic, the original. Onyx finishes up this collection. It is more of a charcoal grey rather than a black. Again, because there is so much silver holographic in there, it couldn't be true black because the silver kind of lightens the colour a little bit. It's a little bit more of a charcoal. Wrapping up the video, I do have some toppers. So the first one is called Flakie All The Things, and it is glitter holographic silver flakies in a clear base, so you can pop this over whatever you would like. I do feel like I have the holographic one somewhere as well. I'd have to pull that out for another video, but I do have like hollow All The Things. Maybe I have that in my top coat drawer. I can't remember. But anyway, I digress. This is really nice. The other ones I'm going to show you afterwards are glitter, but this is, as it says, Flakie All The Things silver holographic flaky top coat. So Sparkle All The Things is the fairy dust equivalent. The glitter in this is super finely milled. So if you're aware of fairy dust from China Glaze or Golden Enchantment, these were their take on those polishes essentially. And the glitter is so subtle and so fine. You're not going to see it truly. It's going to be a very nice, gentle, soft scattering and effect on the top of your nails, but really beautiful. And like I say, there's a reason why everybody loves those China Glazes so much, because they're just so cool. Sparkle All Things Gold, I think maybe came out later on in the year, if not at the same time, which again is the Golden Enchantment kind of dupe. Yeah, again, really pretty. Gold isn't my favourite, but this is not a very yellow gold. It's more a rustic gold, so slightly more in love with this one than I would have been if it was a yellow gold. And I'm showing you this one, but now I don't think that Jess ever released this one out. I have maybe 7 or 8 polishes that were sent to me but didn't make it out to being released to the public, and I feel like this might have been one of them, but I'm not 100% sure. But this is Sparkle All The Things Copper, and it's obviously a copper version of the other two that we've just mentioned, so more of a lighter bronze, more orangey. So I don't even think I've ever swatched this, because I feel like this is one that never quite made it to release, and I'm not sure why. I know why some of the other ones, there was some tentativeness about releasing them, but I don't know why the bronze one never did. So that was wrapping up with a little bit of a behind the scenes prototype that never quite made it. So that is the next part of my 9 Zero Lacquer swatch through. Like I say, 2 summer collections plus some little odd ones thrown in there for this time. I'm going to be doing the last chunk of the year next, which is probably going to be the longest video, because we're going to do the Supernatural collection, which is 12 piece, and then we have Halloween and Holiday, so it's probably going to be about 24-25 polishes. I'm going to see if there's any more, because luckily enough the bottom cap labels changed in 2018, so I know that I need to swatch everything with the old bottom label, which I know is 2017, before we move into the next year. So that is that portion. Let me know what ones you grabbed, what your favourites were for this collection. Let me know all of that down below, and like I say, I'll see you back in a few months time with the next part of the videos series, which will be the end of 2017.